Our queen has decided to break with tradition and wear a white satin wedding gown, which is being made at Spitalfields as we speak. Our job is to produce the lace for the flounce, veil, and collar, along with other embellishments. As the flounce alone is to measure 25.5 inches deep by 4 yards in circumference, you can see the challenge that our time restraint poses. All the lace must be ready to be sewn up by the beginning of November. "Surely we won't be able to manage all that work in 6 months," exclaimed the tawny-haired woman. Mrs. Bodney smiled. "You leave the details to me, Mary. Now, ladies, are you ready to begin making the finest lace ever?" As a wave of agreement rippled around the room, Mrs. Bodney's eyes twinkled, her features softening for a second before she resumed her strict composure. "Well, I'll be," thought Lily, her lips twitching. The old girl's got a heart after all. She spoke too soon. "Would you care to share your secret joke, Lily?" Mrs. Bodney asked, giving her such a penetrating stare Lily was sure the other woman could see into her heart. "Oh no, Mrs. Bodney, I don't have any secret to share," she stammered, feeling her cheeks grow hot. "Good. The only secret I want here is that which is made in this room. Now let us begin our day's work." As Lily began pricking out the pattern, she risked a glance around the room. The other ladies, all working industriously at their pillows, seemed older than she. Quickly she looked down at her own lace, determined to be as conscientious as they. The morning passed swiftly as they all followed Mrs. Bodney's instructions. She was a stickler for perfection. Just as Lily felt she had mastered the pattern, their employer picked up a little brass bell and shook it vigorously. "Ladies, time for you to take a break. Due to the delicate nature of our work, no refreshments are permitted in this room. However, you may partake of your luncheon in the backyard. The fresh air will invigorate you, ready for a productive afternoon's work." Eagerly, the women picked up their noon pieces and filed outside. Lily perched on the low stone wall enclosing the little yard, enjoying the warmth of the midday sun as it eased the stiffness from her shoulders. Being hunched over her pillow for hours on end was agony on the back. Looking around, she took in the pump with its stone through and the privy in the corner. Biting into the bread her aunt had baked the previous afternoon, she thought how good it was to have someone else looking after her family at the cottage. The other women were chattering like magpies as they compared their morning's progress, and Lily smiled, happy to be amongst them. Then Mrs. Bodney appeared, ringing her little brass bell and reminding them to wash their hands before starting work again. Just 17 years old, Lily Rose scratches out a meagre living making lace in Devon, responsible for her siblings following the death of their parents. But opportunity beckons. Hundreds of miles away in London, Queen Victoria is preparing for her wedding. She will wear the most exquisite dress in history, bearing the famous Honiton lace. When Lily is selected as one of the few to work on this top-secret commission, it is the answer to her prayers. Lily quickly makes an impression, both as an expert lacemaker and a natural leader of the women working day and night. But there are others who want to see Lily fail, including Squire Clineston, who issues her with a terrible ultimatum: work for him and be subject to his unwanted advances, or put her loved ones at risk. Torn between duty and her dreams of a better life, Lily must battle the odds to ensure her family's survival.